Tengen Toppa, Gurren Lagann is rife with thought-provoking ideas. The story of Simon, Kamina, Yoko, and the rest of the team tunneling out of their underground prisons to see the sky and bursting through whatever barriers stand in their way touches on grand themes such as state building and revolution, and smaller ones such as brotherhood and belief in oneself.
Hey, it's not about blood. You and me are soul brothers, you know? We're siblings of the spirit. Don't worry about what those stupid ugly chicks say.
So personally, I'm not the biggest fan of mecha anime or sci-fi, but great stories like that of Gurren Lagann aren't limited by their genres. Gurren Lagann pierces through even that shallow understanding of storytelling. In this episode, we're going to discuss a small aspect of the anime adaptation of Kazuki Nakashima and Kotaro Mori's epic manga. Simon and the gang win. They defeat the Spiral King. They avenge their fallen comrades. The day is saved. That should be the end and the curtain call, but it's not. Let's talk about that a bit. After the defeat of the Spiral King, our heroes return to the surface, which has been their dream all along, ever since Simon found the key to Gurren Lagann while digging in the earth, and Kamina swore to break every ceiling barring their way. However, a time skip of a few years reveals something even more, in my opinion, depressing than the Spiral King's hint that this would not be the end. While it's true that the main issue is the return of the anti-spiral superior race to destroy the Earth, there's something less dangerous, but which compounds this problem more than anything else. I call it the zombie problem. Let's take a quick aside to discuss just what the zombie problem is. First, I hate zombies, and more importantly, how the genre that sprung up around them has developed. Aside from the utter hopelessness of the situation, the desolation, and the surviving just to survive part of it.
So you're not interested in your own survival?
No, I'm not. A life where my aspirations and daily goals are to survive the day is not the life for me.
Damn.
Yeah.
That is a good point. Damn.
What I've noticed, and which isn't a likely surprise to anyone, is that fellow non-zombified humans are the biggest threat during a supposed zombie apocalypse. It seems that in every situation, humans are always the biggest threat to humans. Not only do you have to look over your shoulder for decayed people wanting to eat you, you also have to look over your shoulder for the morally decayed people wanting to beat you, to steal from you, and ultimately to kill you. Certainly there's nuance, but this bothers me more than anything else about the genre. It's also scary as heck. In any case, this is the zombie problem, a term having nothing to do with zombies, and everything to do with human selfishness and greed. The desire to cling to life no matter who you hurt in the process, strange as that sounds. This established, we can apply this to Gurren Lagann's post-timeskip events, and analyze what it elucidates about this anime. Post-time skip, we see Simon has become a hero and leader. However, he's inherited Kamina's more relaxed perspective and does not take things too seriously. This has apparently become a headache for his ally, one of the people integral to their triumph only a few years ago. We see how power gets into the head of certain allies, namely Rossiu, but allegiances begin to shift.
Do not get the wrong idea, brother. The reason I said I'd go, the reason I said I was willing to go out there with a bomb, was because I wanted to be of use to Rossiu.
Kinon?
Listen to me, brother. You don't understand anything about Rossiu.
All the while, Simon is none the wiser to the more governmental necessities and stressors that a new world demands.
Rossiu, why didn't you tell me about this? Did I issue any orders to find and drag to the surface people who want to live underground?
You mustn't rise to Viral's bait. He's a holdout of Lord Genome's old order.
So then is everything he said just now a lie?
No, it's the truth.
Then why?
It's for population verification. If people live underground and out of sight, we won't be able to maintain an accurate census of the population.
You understand absolutely nothing.
This results in Simon being betrayed, and even the announcement of a brand new threat cannot quell what can only be seen as rampant ingratitude. Soon, heroes are termed as dangerous and hated, while new plans to oppress and sacrifice others for survival's sake are reinstated, even if the ways are flashier than the first time around with the Spiral King. Simon is faced with an age-old human problem. One, that people's memories are short, and this breeds ingratitude and even hate and resentment. Second, when people feel their own lives or livelihood is threatened, their memories become even shorter. They forget why they fought, they forget how it was. They can even forget their savior.
シモンを出せ！責任を取らせろ！奴は英雄じゃなかった！全ての元凶はシモンだ！月が落ちてくるのはあいつのせいだ！
This is the zombie problem, but it also has throwbacks to history itself. The French Revolution, for all its fervor, hubris of new ideas, and bombast, amounted in little change as a new king was soon crowned after Napoleon, putting the same status quo right back in place, just with new faces. The Bourbon Restoration, they call it. Or consider something as outstanding and mesmerizing as the Israelites being free from slavery in Egypt. Despite all the wonders they witnessed firsthand, as soon as trouble arose, they forgot their God, harangued Moses to no end, and wished to return to the place of their original enslavement. Like the Israelites who lost belief in God, like the supposedly enlightened French and their leaders, and the triumphs they had achieved together, Simon's allies and the people they saved in the anime Gurren Lagann lost belief in Simon, the very thing they had accomplished the first time around, and the beliefs and inspiration of Kamina that allowed them to accomplish it in the first place. This was the lesson I was reminded of while watching Gurren Lagann. The problem with revolutions, even if they revolve around spiral power, is that they all end up the same because of human nature. Kings aren't tyrants. People who become king, whether the position is called that or not, do. The rebels become the government, taking the places of their former oppressors. Next, they oppress them in turn, and the cycle begins anew. The one good thing about Gurren is that it's powered by spirals, always ready to revolve, always ready for a revolution. But this perhaps was the Spiral King Lord Genome's initial point in addition to the future alien threat that would occur without him. Whether above or below, there's nothing new under the sun. It just goes round and round. If the king dies, there will always be another. What's more, and on a more practical level, what Tengen Toppa Gurren Lagann teaches is that the people who have lauded and celebrated you will turn just as quickly against you if it even seems to be in their best interest to do so.
Oops, sorry! Don't just say oops, you bastard!
Don't you think you've done enough damage already, you big jerk?
This may not be the most optimistic message, but this is one of the many reasons I love Gurren Lagann. It's chock full of unlimited optimism while simultaneously hitting you over the head with stark reality and even pessimism. Even then, it breaks through that ceiling too. After all, we kick logic out and do the impossible. That's how Team Gurren rolls.
There's a time to give up, and this is it!
Shut up!
It fixed itself.
Fighting spirit! In this world, you don't get anywhere running away.
Thank you so much for watching. I have loads of things planned for this channel, all with the goal of getting better all the time. So a video on Gurren is the best place to start. If you enjoyed it, lots more like it on the way. This is Iza on the journey to the best. Bye.
Fighting spirit!